Okay, so I finished naming my units, and now I find that I've got, by default, we're giving you everyone 12 units to start with, but you may not need all 12. In this case, there's only 7 units. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of all the extra unit folders. I'm just going to right click and choose remove for any additional unit folders that are in the course name folder. And the other thing I want to do is rename my course. You'll notice over here on the left it's still called course name, which is what it uploaded as. So I'm just going to click the downward arrow and choose rename and call it whatever the name of my course is. So you should have, in this curriculum mapping folder, you should have a folder for every one of the courses that you personally teach and are responsible for mapping. So I would have an ELA 9, I might have an ELA 10, I might have a journalism if I were an English teacher, and so on. Alright, so now that I've got my folder structure set up and my units set up, I want to kind of dig into what's in each one of these folders. If I were to click on any folder in my course, you'll notice there are 2 folders and 2 documents. And again, if I back out, you'll notice that it's the same regardless of my unit. So what is happening in each one of these folders is we're providing with you some template files and some folders to help you start to organize your curriculum. So the first document we'll look at is our lesson outline document. So for this particular unit, this is my biography unit, I would need to create a lesson outline document for that unit. And all the lesson outline document does is it tells me what my unit is. So it's my biography unit. And it provides a template or a table to include all of the lessons that make up that particular unit. So lesson 1 might be my introduction. And I would need to include the essential question for that unit. And I would continue on all the way down the list with each lesson. Now if you think back to how we used to do it in Rubicon, you were required to list out all the lessons for a unit and provide an LEQ. So this might be as simple as just copying and pasting from Rubicon into this document. But I want to make sure I include on this document the list of the lessons that make up the unit and the LEQs that make up that unit. The other thing I should do here is rename my document. We're calling this a default name of unit some number 1115 and the words lesson outline. So I want to rename that to specifically meet this particular unit. So I'm going to click up here where it says unit 11 lesson outline, and I'm going to call this my biography unit lesson outline. This will help me later on when I start building my site to easily find this document.